guys. Welcome to Tutor Sisters channel. Please subscribe to our channel to help us grow.
In today's video, we are going to discuss about the essay, How Sane Are We? Written by Anuradha Chaudhary. Knowing a bit more about Anuradha Chaudhary, she is a Bangladeshi writer and an experienced professor of environmental biology. She always wants her students to leap from the incontrovertible facts to the final conclusions on their own. She is also more or less influenced by the famous saying of Rudyard Kipling, which says, "Now we can only wait till the day, wait and apportion our shame. These are the dikes our fathers left, but we could not look to the same. Time and again were we warned of the dikes, time and again we delayed. Now it may fall, we have slain our sons, as our fathers we have betrayed." Now discussing about the literal comprehension of the essay, the author has mentioned that she feels a certain sense of helplessness and wants to impart facts and concepts as well and as objectively as she can. Thus, through the essay, she tries to answer the question, how sane are we or how careful are we towards our environment? More specifically, she has mentioned the impact of the use of chlorofluorocarbon. CFCs may account for some 20% of the greenhouse effect, an unprecedented climate disaster that may entail the flooding of continents, the dislocation of millions of human beings, and perhaps even the extinction of life on Earth. CFCs are responsible for the depletion of ozone layer. Ozone is a naturally occurring substance made up of oxygen atoms. Due to its depletion, natural ecosystems are disrupted. Agricultural productivity is reduced. Human immune systems is suppressed, and the incidence of skin cancer and eye cataracts are increased. CFCs were invented in 1930s as non-toxic, odorless, used as coolants, as foam-blowing agents, as propellants in spray cans, and as cleaning agents for computer chips. These human-made substances consist of chlorine, fluorine, and carbon. In 1974, the scientists suspected that it could cause the depletion of ozone layer, and they also warned the governments, but the governments completely ignored. In 1978, CFCs were banned in aerosol spray by United States, Canada, and Norway. In 1985, alarming temporary reductions in springtime ozone level over Antarctica had reported, and by 1992, the global shield had already lost 5% of its ozone. By then, most of the world's nations agreed to phase out CFCs by 1996 in rich countries and 2006 in poor countries by encouraging the use of substitutes like reusable glass cups instead of CFC containing styrofoams. However, it did not effectively implement in the practical world. Western politicians are responsible for it. They are selfish and short-sighted and don't see the future results of their own decisions. And we are constantly digging our own graves. So if we want to stop environmental degradation, we have to change the way we think and change our decision-making process, or else we might sink and drown. Moving on to the interpretation, the essay talks about the ecological damage caused by human beings in the name of modernization. The escalation of pollution, deforestation, the greenhouse effect, and the depletion of ozone are all the repercussions of our insanity. The essay criticizes modern human beings for not being aware of the fatal consequences of the environmental destruction. It states that politicians are only worried about the next election but not about the future and wreckage created by their myopic decisions. Despite fully understanding that CFCs and other chemicals are harmful and invite damage to the ecology, they do nothing to stop its use. We are spoiling the environment by electing such leaders and hurting the future of mankind, or that of the upcoming generation, to be precise. It stresses the need of all citizens around the globe to be more conscientious and make correct choices while selecting political leaders. Moving on to the critical thinking, the author has mentioned the negative impact of the use of CFCs. Furthermore, she has also noted Western politicians to be responsible for it. She says that we are spoiling the environment by electing such leaders and causing adverse effects to mankind and future generations. I totally stand by these points. However, there are certain things that I find unconvincing. Are only governments and factories responsible for the effects of these chemicals? The author has harshly blamed the political leaders for the use of toxic chemicals, but she seems lenient towards science. So the question is, who invented CFCs? A political leader or a scientist? She even says political leaders think about the next election. But to what extent is this stereotype accurate? Aren't we ordinary people using CFCs immoderately? So aren't we responsible for it? Moving on to the assimilation. After reading this chapter, I learned that we should be responsible for nature and the environment. We should eliminate or at least drastically reduce the use of CFCs. As I read this essay, I receive a good deal of insight into the ozone layer and its usefulness. I have been able to fathom the wrong sides of air conditioner and refrigerators. I have been able to comprehend that ecology and politics are closely linked, although many people do not see any linkage between them. We might change the present social, economic, and political system of the world to create a better world for ourselves and our children and be the initiative for change.
If you liked this video, please share it with your friends. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.